annoying with his promos, but I think those are annoying promos that people will learn to appreciate. And Kevin Owens, all around, is going to be a wrestler who's going to be learned to be appreciated for what he's able to do. I mean, Kevin Owens, for someone 240 pounds, to be able to do what he can do, I mean, that says a lot about his future. And I mean, if he wasn't good, WWE wouldn't have signed him to be a part of the NXT roster and their main roster eventually, and given him an opportunity faster than they did a Samoa Joe or an AJ Styles. I mean, Kevin Owens was on the roster long before AJ Styles was with WWE. There were talks of bringing AJ Styles into WWE, but I mean, Kevin Owens showed up and burst onto the scene long before an AJ Styles was ever with WWE, and the same thing about Samoa Joe and so many of the NXT wrestlers, and that says a lot. When you can get status with WWE in the main events as quickly as what Kevin Owens did, you're not going to argue his success. And the thing was about Kevin Owens, when I first saw Kevin Owens, I said, there's nothing special about this guy. There's nothing different about him from the other wrestlers I've seen in the last 20 years. But I argued this point with a lot of radio show hosts and columnists. I said, Kevin Owens is not impressive. They were arguing with me. The guy is good. And it's only now that I'm coming around to my senses and believing the people that were telling me that Kevin Owens was as good as what he said he was. Because, I mean, when you can get on the microphone and say you're going to beat someone like John Cena and go out there and do it, then obviously you're as good as you say you are, and you're every bit of a success. And I think that the people who were arguing this with me obviously won one over on me, because Kevin Owens is pretty good. And I have to say that Kevin Owens is pretty good and very entertaining on that microphone. Yeah, he's not the funniest wrestler in the world because of what he says in his promos, but he's demanding respect. That's the thing. He's both demanding respect and earning respect. And anyone who can earn and demand respect at the same time and actually get it, I think deserves props. And Kevin Owens is someone who obviously deserves both props and a huge thumbs up from every radio show and columnist who I think, should be giving more time to putting over Kevin Owens than just playing favorites with probably 3 or 4 wrestlers of the new talent initiative who they think or feels deserves a break with WWE, because there are so many people that you could choose to play favorites with. Obviously, Sami Zayn is someone, another Canadian who you could choose to play favorites with. Someone like a Dean Ambrose is someone who you could choose to play favorites with. Obviously, Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, and obviously those are the people who are being chosen to be played favorites with. But I think if you can give anyone the benefit of the doubt, or should be giving anyone the benefit of the doubt, making time for people like, the new talent initiative who aren't getting enough attention, it is someone like a Kevin Owens, because we hear way too much about the Bray Wyatts, we hear way too much about the Dean Ambroses. We've obviously seen Roman Reigns overkilled, and put Kevin Owens in the ring against Roman Reigns and see what he can do against Roman Reigns. I think it would be amazing seeing Kevin Owens possibly beating Roman Reigns. And if you're looking for a future champion to take that title off of someone like a Roman Reigns, then obviously someone like a Kevin Owens is a prime example of someone who is just merely scratching the surface of everything they have yet to accomplish, and someone who could be being looked at as the next champion. And like I said, it wouldn't surprise me not if within the next year, within less than that time period, we could be looking at Kevin Owens as champion. Because if anyone can come into WWE and be as impressive as what Kevin Owens is, and already winning championships less within 1 year, I think a couple of weeks away from now will be the 1 year anniversary of Kevin Owens' arrival. I think I saw him debut last May, and I was impressed then with him showing up. Even though I said, there's not really much that really stands out about the guy. What really impressed me was his wrestling ability within the first 3 or 4 matches that I saw of him. I didn't really see much of his NXT work because I don't really make a habit of watching NXT, and I really am a victim of having not watched NXT, because I should be watching NXT for the incredible overflow of talent that we are seeing for both males and females of the respective rosters, because that's where it is with professional wrestling. And I'm not going to shy away or deny that that's where it is with professional wrestling, and say that NXT is not really giving us what we want as wrestling fans, because when Raw and SmackDown is not panning out the way that we want it in the way of storylines for WWE, NXT is what's coming through, and NXT is what's getting the attention even more so now, with your option there now to subscribe to the network and see live shows for NXT, which we didn't have when NXT was just being taped on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. But here's the thing, NXT is where it's at, and I probably should be watching more of NXT, because Kevin Owens was making an impression for himself and leaving his name marked on NXT's roster and show. And then eventually he shows up from NXT and challenges John Cena. Nobody expected him to do that, take advantage of the U.S. Championship Open, and he just simply said, when he first showed up, I want the United States Championship. You're U.S. champion, and I want to be U.S. champion. So in order for me to be U.S. champion, I have to beat you. And that's exactly what he did. In order for him to be Intercontinental Champion, targeting people like Ryback, he had to beat the Intercontinental Champion Ryback or whoever it was, and Kevin Owens did exactly that. Along with that, he was putting over people like Sami Zayn and Zack Ryder. Nobody who we thought for 1 minute was going to walk out of WrestleMania 32 as Intercontinental Champion, but then we saw someone like The Miz take full advantage with Maurice's return and become Intercontinental Champion. But who's to say that Kevin Owens will not factor into this somehow as a fan favorite and become Intercontinental Champion again? I don't think that's what's going to happen for Kevin Owens, because usually when they have someone lose Intercontinental Championship as good as what Kevin Owens is, obviously they have something far greater planned for Kevin Owens, and it wouldn't surprise me none if we were looking at Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns in either house show main events or even a pay-per-view main event in the future, or Kevin Owens is Mr. Money in the Bank of 2016. And if Kevin Owens becomes Mr. Money in the Bank for 2016, then you had better damn well believe that Kevin Owens is going to cash that baby in and become WWE World Heavyweight Champion at some point or another. It may not happen 6 months from now. It may be waited and put off till a year. But regardless if it happens 6 months from now or a year from now, we are going to be calling Kevin Owens anything but a disaster, and we are going to be calling him WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He will cash that baby in, and he will become champion at one point or another sometime before the end of 2016, or we'll see him cash it in early 2017 to become champion. He has to cash it in sometime between June or July of 2016 or June or July of 2017, and he obviously will take full advantage of that opportunity like he has every other opportunity that's come his way, which is something I can't tell you enough how much I've appreciated it, because more people have been giving this kind of opportunity and really never taken full advantage of it or found innovative ways of impressing us. But Kevin Owens always finds a new and very innovative way of impressing us. And anyone who can do that and find new ways all the time to impress us tells me a lot. And it tells me one big thing, and that is, the one big thing that always tells me, is that they have a promising future with professional wrestling. So on a scale of 5 stars, you can easily rate the future of Kevin Owens at least 3 out of 5 stars, even though we can't rate it all the way because there's still some uncertainty about Kevin Owens' future. One cannot argue the success that we've seen from Kevin Owens and the success that we will see from Kevin Owens in the very near future. Kevin Owens has a success story to be told, and he will tell it over time. And I want to know what you guys feel about Kevin Owens, how you feel about the direction of Kevin Owens' character. I know I previously blogged about this on my YouTube channel, but I feel that I haven't blogged about it enough because I've been talking about the same 3 or 4 issues all the time, which I do apologize for, and I want to go out of my way and take a couple of minutes to apologize to those of you, and especially the new talent initial wrestlers, for not giving them enough time, because I've talked about the same 3 or 4 issues which I feel have been very critical issues that needed to have awareness raised towards them, and I think this is one of those critical issues, and I probably should be blogging about this one more than I have a lot of the issues that I blogged about on my YouTube channel of recency. But I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to put it up in the air, and I want you guys to tell me what your reaction was to Kevin Owens when you first saw him and what you think his future is going to detail. I think he's going to have a very promising future, even though it remains to be seen, and there still are a lot of unanswered questions about Kevin Owens and his future. And that's the thing about Kevin Owens. All the questions have not been answered, and all the questions are not answered with 100% certainty and or confidence from anybody. And I think one of the biggest issues about this whole Kevin Owens story is the fact that more people could be giving Kevin Owens more of the benefit of the doubt and choosing to put him over more so than what they have been by choosing to play favorites with the same 4 or 5 wrestlers like the Dean Ambroses and the Bray Wyatts and the Roman Reigns of the world. And I think more people need to be raising awareness of who someone like a Kevin Owens is, because no matter if you like him or you don't, and regardless of how you feel about him, Kevin Owens is someone who has a very promising future with professional wrestling, and that is the one thing that nobody is going to deny, and I would like to believe is not going to argue with. I think that Kevin Owens is a success, and I'm saying that because I've argued this with so many other radio shows and columnists over the last 6-month period. And within the last 6-month period, I will have to give those other radio shows and columnists the benefit of the doubt, because they were right, and they've obviously won one over on me, because Kevin Owens is every bit of what he says he is. He's impressive, and he's proven to me that he belongs in WWE and will go the distance. Although it remains to be seen, I think we are in store for something special for Kevin Owens over the next 6 months to a year, and I am really excited to see where we go from here. It's obviously KO Mania. That's what's running wild. No disrespect to people like Hulk Hogan, who made catchphrases like that famous. But I think the KO Mania is what's running wild and what's obviously apparent, and the future for Kevin Owens couldn't look no more brighter. He's obviously a shining star that just needs to be given an opportunity and someone who really needs to be ran with. If you're looking to the answer for people to Daniel Bryan and people like John Cena, Kevin Owens is your man. And I just hope everybody realizes this like I do and chooses to give him as much of the benefit of the doubt as I have over these last few months, because he's fallen nothing short of being impressive. I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke, and I will talk to you again next week. Like what you hear? Tell us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then your talking don't matter. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Patent pockets. You take the dollar, dollar. Can a damn soul stop it?
Here comes the new kid on the block. Hold on your bets, here's where the buck stops. See, first of all, I'm stepping out on my own. About time I elevated to claim my own throne. Success in my blood, call it homegrown. Pores reeking testosterone. Power and money got me crazy cocky. No longer need you, poppy. I know you're mad because you can't stop me. And if you wonder how this player done scooped your honey, I think she smell my cologne, it's called brand new money. Making major moves, man, ain't a damn thing funny. Pimpin' hood rats to Playboy bunnies. They see the
Money, 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 money.
They see it, they see it.
Money, 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 money.
Say what, say what, say what? Money. I'm global dollar, dollar, and roll with Bow 50. Like to go out smelling fresh and looking spiffy. Don't like clean money, I want my wrist to be filthy. Pops with that retirement fund, I can't touch till I'm 60. So what am I supposed to do? Rollin' through, steady patting them pockets till I'm stacking holding two. Ching, ching, bling, bling, catching cash in lump. It's a Toro, get a jacket, I'm selling them out my trunk. Whenever, whatever, it takes to shake down a dollar. Moto in that direction, wait a minute, holla, holla. All wants to know where they go, where they winning. A Mick and Marshall Monday, smelling just like a mint.
Money, 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 money,
Money, nowadays, money is the rich tree. Now if you can't see the money, get your eyes clean with Visine. I need 5 things plus 7 digits at a time. See my children chillin', the best, never worse. See, we never get the pebbles, they got the rocks first. Bank vaults, I'm locking. Ching, ching, we're mocking. I'm rocking. My family Christmas stockings are shocking. Fine women, any weather. Naughty denim and leather. Call it trickin', whatever, son, they get better. I'm one smart cookie, the vet that smacks rookies. My stock's on top, your checks bounce while mine's boogie. Wrist, I must rock it. Chicks, stop it, I knock it. Cash looks like I got a gang of fists in my pockets. Fist in my pockets. Fist in my pockets.
Here comes the money. Money,